How my homeboy got turned out. This is another crazy story time. Let's just get right into it, bro. One thing I do know for sure is your homeboy, if your homeboy can get turned out, he was already outside. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, let's just say he was playing for the other team. He was on that sweet stuff, like he was riding the rainbow type vibes. So let's get right into the video and see how this crazy chain of events played out. My name is Berto. Make sure you guys click the link in the description. Join the Where You At family. We stream every single Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Join the Twitch stream so you never miss a live reaction. You see the chat going crazy. Come on, let's do it.
Where you at, Berto?
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about how my homeboy got turned out. So, I was about 15, and I had a homeboy who was 17. His name was Velvin. You hear me? Velvin was dark skinned, dark like Wesley Snipes. You hear me? He had green eyes though. He was about 5'10",
This nigga look a little sweet himself, no?
almost 5'11". But he was a ladies' man. You hear me? Ladies used to look at his eyes and get mesmerized. You hear me? I'm talking about he could talk a female out her panties before she put them on in the morning. So one day on the weekend, Velvin also played basketball too. He was on the basketball team. So Velvin asked me one day, he was like, "Hey man, what you doing this weekend?" I'm like, "Shit, I ain't got no plan. I was gonna go to my granddaddy's house out there in North Memphis." You hear me? But I was like, "Shit, I think I'm gonna stay home. What's up?" He said, "Hey man, you try to slide over here with me and my girl, her friend in town. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no man." I said, "Yeah." So I go over there that night. You hear me? We all having a good little time. We playing the Xbox 360, the 360. So we playing the Xbox 360 and all that. You hear me? And they be like, "Shit, I'm trying to get high." So at the time, Velvin and his girlfriend smoked weed. You know? I didn't participate in the weed or none of that. It just wasn't my style. You know? But I did, smoke a weed probably like 4 years ago. But anyway, so it wasn't my style. So I'm just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Me and the chick, we over here on the couch. We end up going to the bedroom, you know what I'm saying, do what we do. You hear me? So anyway, we get done all that. We back on the couch in the living room. And Velvin and his girlfriend just looking up at the sky, high as hell, holding hands like this and laughing. You hear me? So we like, damn, all right. So we end up dipping that night. You know what I'm saying? He got him a little coo, little cutty. You hear me? He got that
Oh, this nigga is sweet, bro.
pocketbook and got some change. You hear me? So we high five. We talking all about it and all that. So you know what I'm saying? We go ahead to go to
We're not even far into the story, and I'm feeling like this is a confession more than it is than, you know, like when people be like, "Oh, this happened to my homeboy," but he's really talking about himself. Or we know where they be like, "Hey, can you give me some advice for my homeboy?" You know what I mean? That's the vibes I'm getting right now.
our houses, and then we link up the next day. So Vel was like, "Shit, man, what you trying to do at this point is Sunday." I'm like, "Shit, I mean, we can mob around, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call walking. We can mob around the hood, do what you want to do." So he was like, "All right." So while we mobbing, we see his brother. His brother RJ is a local but big drug dealer. You know what I'm talking about? He sell cocaine and he sell weed.
Shit.
So everybody knows RJ. Everybody knows everybody. So we ran into RJ. We like, "Man, what's up with it?" So you know what I'm saying? He dapping me up. You know what I'm saying? Give a brother a hug, asking us what we getting into. So I'm like, "Shit, we just mobbed around, enjoying the Sunday. What you finna get into?" Watch part two. This is part two of how my homeboy got turned out. Yeah, we linked over RJ. RJ was like, "Shit, y'all trying to roll with me? You hear me?" So we like, "Hell yeah, we go get on us some hoes." So he like, "Shit, get up in the car." So Velvin let the seat, you know what I'm saying? It was a two-seater because at the time RJ had like this black on black Regal. And it was a two-seater. So Velvin slid the look, you know what I'm saying, the seat up. I hopped in the
W
back. It
editing.
was black on black,
He put
black
the
ass
picture.
windows. The inside was like that little furry black, you hear me? Like it's black, but it felt like fur. And then the outside was like a candy chrome black. But anyway, um, so we driving, you hear me? We don't know where the hell we going. Talking about we got the window down, you hear me? We hopping down on females. RJ doing donuts sometimes. And so
What year was this? These niggas driving and hollering at girls from the car?
It was a good ass day. So we pull up to this house out here in
You do that now in 2025, my nigga, they liable to call the police on your ass.
Westwood. So where we was at was in Fraser, which is in North Memphis, and we drove probably like 35 minutes to Westwood, which is down there on the borderline of Mississippi and Memphis. So we pull up to this house. I'm talking about it was in a nice ass neighborhood. You hear me? And the whole time we driving, RJ not telling us where we going. You hear me? So we found out shortly that we was at his plug house. And when I'm telling this house, you wouldn't even suspect it. It wasn't too big. It wasn't too fancy. It didn't have no fancy cars in the down driveway. I mean, it had a Lexus, and I think it had like a Lexus, and I'd probably say like an Expedition. You know, back in the days, everybody had Expeditions. So
This is back in the day.
RJ hops out the car. He like, I'm gonna be right back. We like, all right. So we had the radio up, you know what I'm saying? Cause RJ had the 12s in the back. So we, you know what I'm saying? We, mm. So we like, okay. So RJ peeped his head out the door.
What type of vibing was that?
Hey man, turn it down, son, turn it down. So we like, all right, say less. So we just sitting there talking, you know what I'm saying? Got the music in the background like a movie. You hear me? So all of a sudden, we see that bad little bitch come out the house. I'm talking shower. Bad, finger looking
Yellow,
good. Nigga
shut
doing
the
a
fuck up.
KFC commercial. You hear me? So I just like, shit, I'm finna hop down on it. I said, shit, nigga, might move on. Let me get in the passenger seat. You feel me? So it look like this our car. So when we parked in front of the house, and we see this red bone walking down the street. So we right here, she walking down the street. So Velvin like, shit, man, what's up? So he get to rapping with her and shit. You know what I'm saying? She had a gorgeous ass smile. So he got her number. You feel me? So they like, all right, we can link up later. The whole time she thinking this is car. And her name was Sade. So remember that. Brother name RJ, Velvin, Sade. Watch part 3. Part 3, my homeboy got turned out. So after RJ dropped us back off in the hood after we left the plug house, Velvin like, shit, what you finna do? I'm like, shit, I'm finna go up in the crib, watch Bernie Mac. Who you with? So he was like, I'm finna go text Sade. So I'm like, all right. So about a week or two passed, he knocks up on the door. My mom opens up the door, you know what I'm saying? He tells her good morning, kisses her on the jaw, runs to the room. He like, man, guess what? I'm like, man, what is it? He like, man, how come Sade is the plug's little sister, you feel me? My brother's plug is her big brother. Damn, for real? He like, yeah, and she 20 years old. You hear me? She ain't even no teen. Shot at 20. I'm like, damn, okay. Cause he's 17, I'm 15. I'm like, okay then. So he like, man, damn, bro. I knew I looked up. I'm like, shit, okay. So he was like, but she told me keep it on the low because she doesn't want what we doing to affect what her brother and my brother got. I'm like, shit, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. So I remember like yesterday, the last day of school, you feel me? And like I told y'all, Sade thinking that his brother's car, the RJ car, is his car. And that motherfucker was fresh as hell, you feel me? So she thinking that's his car. So she hitting him my ass up like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Come pull up on me tonight. So he like, all right, I got you, babe. So he ends up asking RJ, can he use the car? So RJ like, nah, not today, little bro. You know what I'm saying? I got something to do in the morning, early in the morning. I don't need you driving the car. So he like, damn, bro, I ain't gonna fuck it up. He like, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Wait till after tomorrow when I get done doing what I need to do. I'll let you get the keys. You feel me? He like, but you really need a car. You feel me? Because RJ had 2 whips. Really, he had 3. One of them was getting worked on. He had like a 2004 Malibu or a 2004 Malibu. And then he had the Regal. He like, shit, take the keys to the Malibu, you feel me? And I'll let you drive the Regal tomorrow. So RJ, he smokes weed and he snorts powder. So he end up
Oh my God.
passing out on the couch. You hear me? So how come Velvin ends up sneaking his keys? He waits 10 minutes to see if he gonna wake up. He sneaks his keys and he goes to Westwood to pick up Sade. So when he pick up
And
Sade,
he
he takes her
came.
to Dixie Cream, which is a 24-hour spot that you eat at. That shit fire as hell. So he gets them something to eat, and then they end up driving to the park. You hear me? Near downtown Memphis, I think. Yeah, near downtown Memphis. I think on
What
Riverside.
up, Thunder?
So how come they end up fucking in a two-door? I don't know
What
how the
up,
fuck they
upbeat?
fucking up in the damn two-door. That motherfucker was smart, but they end up fucking. So as they fucking, they see a car pull up with the headlights. You hear me? So they hurry up putting on their clothes and mine. Watch part four, see what's going on.
Oh
This is
shit.
part four. I how my homeboy got turned out.
This nigga at work with it.
As Velvin and Sade put on their clothes, somebody got out the car and walked towards the driver's side
Is it the big brother?
and knock on his window. He can't see because the window is foggy from them breathing and having sex. So he rolled down the window. It's his brother RJ. He know
Oh,
RJ high as hell because he got some little coke in his nostril. So before he could say what's up, bro, RJ they hit his ass.
boom.
So he pulled Velvin out the car. He started beating and stumping on Velvin. While he doing that, he telling Velvin like, so you gonna steal my shit? Didn't I tell your ass not to touch my car? Why the fuck you taking my car for? What Velvin ain't know was RJ had some dope in the trunk that he was gonna sell in the morning.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I would. You clapping my little sister. It's up. But two, yeah, you can't just take a nigga car and think there's gonna be no repercussions without no permission. Like, what the fuck?
That's why he told Velvin do not take his car. So RJ kicking and stumping on Velvin. And Velvin said, he was like, Sade, you ain't gonna help me. You ain't gonna help me. So RJ stopped. He look in the car. He see Sade right there. So he said, man, you ain't nothing but a hoe. You ain't nothing but a bitch. You go fuck on my little brother when you know that you pregnant with my baby. So Velvin like, man, I
Wait.
know, bro. I promise I ain't know. So he kicked Velvin in the mouth. Bink. So when he did that, Sade got out the car. She like, I ain't no motherfucker bitch. And before you know it, RJ just hit her ass on her nose and bust all this shit. So then he ended up grabbing the keys from Velvet, getting in his car and driving off. And the car that pulled up behind them, I guess they dropped him off because they end up leaving and going the opposite direction. So Sade ended up calling her brother, which is the plug, to come pick her and Velvet up. Sade telling her brother what happened, how like RJ pulled up, started beating on her, and how he broke her nose. So the plug like, this is little brother in the back seat. She like, yeah. So
How he know all this? Is why I feel like this is a confession because this nigga know this story way too detailed for somebody that wasn't there.
he ended up calling RJ. He ain't pick up the first time. So he called him again. He picks up. So he like, yeah, pussy, I got your little brother in the back seat. So Velvin said he can hear RJ saying, man, fuck him, fuck you, and fuck that dirt ass bitch. So the plug like, for real? So you gonna call my sister a bitch? He said, hell yeah, man, fuck that bitch. All y'all bitches could die. Suck my dick. And he
Damn.
said, and you ain't getting shit. I ain't paying for shit. This my dope. So the plug was like, man, look, you playing my money. They're just like playing with God. We ain't gonna do that shit. Go ahead and pay my motherfucking money. So he said, man, hell no, fuck you. And hung up. So Velvin said, man, the plug driving fast as hell. He keep looking back. He like, so my motherfucking sister a bitch, huh? She a hoe, huh? Velvin said, no, I ain't say none of that. He said, so my sister a bitch? So my sister a bitch? So my Velvin said, before he could say no, plug reached back with the gun, hit his ass, blink, hit his ass right there in his temple, and knocked him out. Man, you gotta watch part five.
I'm telling you, this got to be a confession, bro. He's got too much detail.
This is part five, how my homeboy got turned out. So look, my homeboy Velvin is in the shed, butt naked, ankles to wrists, tied up. And said that the plug came up in there with two other dudes and they started beating on Velvin. They was like, okay, so my sister, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna call my sister. So he said, nah, bro, I promise I ain't mean nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? My emotions was going high. He said, shut up. And they started sticking him all up in his ribs, hitting him all up in his mouth and everything. Said he bleeding, he spitting out blood. And then the plug, nigga, did I tell you to spit on my floor? Did I tell you to spit on my floor? And hit his ass again. Boom. So they ended up calling it brother. They was like, yeah, Shannon, we got your brother over here. What you gonna do about it? And bring that you owe me. He said, Velvin said he hear his brother over there going out. Man. What? He ain't getting man, you, him, and bitch that you call your sister. So he said, oh yeah. So Velvin brother was like, yeah. So he said, okay. The plug was like, okay, well, put your mouth to your ears and listen to this. They said, man, they just started beating on boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Velvin was like, man, please, bro, I'm sorry, bro, please. I ain't mean nothing like that. He said, no. And he hung up, plunk. So the plug was like, okay. So y'all, it's like call my sister, Chum.
Yo, he really go about that
He said,
shit.
nah, bro, I love your sister. I love your sister. He said, okay. We gonna see how much you love after this. So they all left out. Velvin was like probably like 40 minutes gone past. They came up in that joint. Just the two dudes this time. He said, man, from the looks of it, he could see their legs, but they huge. You hear me? He said, man, their legs about that big. If he, you know what I'm saying, he could describe. He said, man, it's about that big, cause like I said, he wrist to ankles, so he can't really look up like that. He gonna look up so far. He said, man, they was like, so you like call my niece Chum? He's like, no, I promise I didn't. So he said, so my big homie lying? He said, no, he not. He said, so you admitted to it? He's like, no, I didn't mean nothing like that, bro. He said, man, shut up. He hit my homeboy Velvin again. After my code, he was already weak. He said, man, he woke up and they was greasing themselves up and they ran up in him.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all didn't hear that? He said that when he went unconscious, he looked back and they was greasing themselves up. And then they went up in him. But what I am picking up on is his entire energy has changed when he's telling this part of the story. I'm telling you, I feel like this shit happened to him, bruh. He got way too much detail. Look at the way he's looking down. This is the body language of somebody that is defeated. This is the body language of somebody that is scarred. Bro, what the heck? Bro.
He's like, man, he cried, he begged for his life. He like, I promise I ain't gonna tell nobody. Please let me go. Please don't do this. He said, man, I ain't worried about that. They said, man, it was just so much blood and feces running down his leg.
Feces?
He said he ain't never smelled nothing like that before.
Oh.
Never. He just begging them to kill him. They was like, nah, we gonna keep you alive, bitch, nigga. Listen to part 6. How my homeboy escaped. This is part 6. How my homeboy got turned out. So after they got done violating him, Dad just scrubbed his head, kissing all behind his ears and his neck. Viv was like, man, he was just so weak, he couldn't do nothing. He was just looking for anything to kill himself, any glass he could eat. He said he was begging them to kill him. He was like, nah, we got you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna kill you. He said,
Yeah, bro, this is him. This happened to him, bro. You can't tell a story like this in that type of detail. Like, how you know what he was whispering in his ear, bro? Nah, bro. This is a confession, bro. This is a confession, chat.
they kissing on his neck. He just felt so disgusted. He said, you ever felt so disgusted in your life? They said that the plug came up in there, they left out. He was like, man, your brother disrespected me by running off and saying he ain't gonna pay me. And you disrespected me even 2 times harder by disrespecting my family. He said, I don't care how many dudes, how big, how long, how short, how stubborn they is. You go work, and that ass is gonna make that money for me.
No! I ain't gonna lie. No man should have to go through this. No man. This is, y'all ever watch 13 Reasons Why, bro? Y'all ever watch 13 Reasons Why? I'm not even gonna really say too much, but if you know, you know. Have y'all watched 13 Reasons Why? The nerd, the bathroom scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up at your own risk.
He said, man, he was gone for about 2 days. And like we said, he was a womanizer. So we don't know if he was over some other female house. We didn't know anything. Only person who knew something was his brother. And that pussy ass nigga skipped town. Nigga gone. You heard me? He let his own brother go through hell. Velvin was like, man, he done woke up. Sometimes it was two niggas, one nigga right there. And every time they'd tell him, look at me. Oh, I love your eyes. So they would
Oh,
talk to him like he was a female. Said, man, he was going through, said it happened so long and it was just so many that after a while he just got numb to it. Say he just got numb to it, man.
bro, it was him. There's no way. The way he's reflecting on this, it's him. It's him, bro. Look at this. Look at his face. Look at this body language, chat. There's no way this is not his story, bro. Stuck in that sweet genjutsu. I don't know about sweet.
She said, it's like you hate something so much that you start to like it. And this is what was going on. So one day, he was up in this shit, I think about probably like a day later after all this, you know what I'm saying? A day later after all them dudes, numerous dudes going up in him. He said, one of them, this I know it's a small world, but it's also a fucked up world. Remember that girl that he invited me over there to talk to a friend? That was her big brother. I'm like, damn, I know you from somewhere. Know you from somewhere. Said the girl name. Ain't you, what the fuck going on? He told Vel, man, don't say you saw me here and I helped you.
Bro, I'm telling, bro, I can't get over how he's telling this. This is self-reflection, bro. You don't tell another nigga's story like this with this much passion, this much regret in your face. And if it's not him, then he need to go go star in a movie or something. You know, he's embodying the character a little too much. It's crazy.
Part 7, the last one. It's gonna be a shocker. Part 7. Man, this part 7 how my homeboy got turned out. You hear me? So, long story short, the pimp came in the shed after they got done with my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Violated him the wrong way. So, he was like, man, you disrespected me by disrespecting my sister. And you disrespected me twice as hard because my sister is my family. And your brother disrespected me by running off with the money that he owed me. So he said, you know something? No matter how many dudes, how long, how short, how tall, how small they is.
You said this already.
Said my homeboy was a womanizer. You feel me? He had different type of women. So me and his mama, we just thought that was normal. You feel me? Because he'd be gone for about 3 days so a little female house come through. And all of a sudden his brother just end up dipping. You hear me? But his brother ended up getting locked up later on in Florida because he tried to traffic drugs and try to
Astral Dior fan 123 was good, bro.
drugs, so he locked up.
Change your goddamn name though.
Like I told you, the drug dealer was trying to pimp my homeboy out. So it was different dudes up in there, man. And my homeboy said, man, you ever hated something so bad that you start to like it? And that shit hit me hard. You hear me? My homeboy was starting to like this shit. It was forced up on him, but he was starting to like it. You hear me? So what happened was this, man. It was a John that came through, right? And all the niggas kept telling my homeboy look him in his eyes because he had green eyes. You feel me? So my black head with green eyes. So like I said, he still cuffed wrist to ankles. You feel me? So they just pay a fee, come up in there, just do what the fuck they want to do. You heard this? So it was a dude came up in that joint. He was telling my homeboy, look him in his eye. I heard you got colorful eyes. So my homeboy just tired, so he didn't look up. And his eyes got big. And dude looked at him, he was like, I know you from somewhere. So my homeboy said, he said the girl name. And dude was like dude was shocked. You feel me? So he was like, I'll tell you something. If I get you out of this, promise me, you gotta swear that you won't say anything that you saw me here. Promise me. So Phil was like, I promise. He was just like, that little bit of hope he been praying to God and hoping that he could either die or he could get out there alive and in peace. And he said, man, whoever thought that your past would come back and help you in your future. So it's not what you know, it's who you know and how they know you.
I don't think I would be using that here, but I guess.
So, man, that dude that he met, that he was telling me about, was, remember that girl that I told you, he told me to come over her house because her friend was coming to town? That was her brother. Her brother was there to help. Part 8. This part 8 how my homeboy.
This is the last part, y'all.
So, yeah. The dude who was there was his ex-girlfriend's brother. The one who he dumped to go talk to Sade. That was her brother. The one who he invited me over there to go talk to her friend while they was on the couch smoking and holding hands. Her brother. You hear me? So he paid the drug dealer a significant amount. I'm not really sure. He don't even know how much he paid him. He got on the guess, but he not sure. He paid the drug dealer a significant amount so he could take my homeboy Velvin home. So, you know what I'm saying? They cut the things and all this shit. My homeboy was so weak, he couldn't even run the fight if he wanted to. So, dude took to the crib, got him cleaned up. He told Velvin, he said, bro, please, swear to me you ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing, you ain't gonna mention my name. So, Velvin was like, I won't. And so then, he was trying to drop Velvin off at homeboy, at least around the corner so he could walk home, but my homeboy couldn't walk. So, he dropped him off at I can't say that because then y'all can look up the article and see. I ain't trying to put my home on blast like that. Dropped him off at the Kmart. Called 911. We was in the hospital. And my homeboy, there was like a terrible look, a terrible sight. You hear me? Pumpkin face. You hear me? His anus was so swole. It took 2.5 months for the sweating to go down. He had internal bleeding. You hear me? They had to wire his mouth shut. They had to wire my homeboy mouth shut. The worst part about it was he contracted AIDS.
Oh.
Yeah, my homeboy got AIDS, you know. You feel me? But he alive, but, you know, he got that, you know what I'm saying? He got medicine for it. But this is really sad, you feel me? He was only 17 then. So, what happened was this, man. I'm summing it all up for you. The drug dealer ended up giving his own flesh and blood, cocaine, until she had a miscarriage. My homeboy talked to the police, you know what I'm saying? Gave him the best details that he could. They ended up talking to his brother down there who got locked up in Florida. Got the information from him. Ended up charging his brother with the crime too because he knew what was going on. And they ended up giving the drug dealer what? Shit. It was a lot of years. You feel me? I mean, you could look it up. A drug dealer who's running a sex trafficking ring who got arrested for attempted murder and 2 counts of murder. Yeah. But, so my homeboy lied, but, you know what I'm saying? He got that package. Appreciate y'all, man.
That one wasn't easy to digest. Whoa. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I don't know. I almost feel like, for some reason, I still feel like it's him. The only reason I kind of not feeling that way now is because of what he was saying at the end, how people could technically look it up and find the article, because then you'd probably be able to debunk it real easily. But nah, definitely people are evil, bro. It's an evil world we live in. Y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all gotta be careful. Will YouTube allow this? Oh shit. Well, shit. I hope so. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a like, man. Cause I don't know. Fucked up the mood. Very sad, not gonna lie. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was crazy. Hey man, love y'all, appreciate y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know what y'all think. Tap into the Twitch streams, link in the description. Where you at, Berto? Streaming every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm gone.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.